Let's see. I'm Sarah Calmus. I'm an interdisciplinary artist, and a lot of my work is about getting people inside spaces, getting people to interact with things, participate. The idea of play is very important. I'm currently in my Edinburgh sculpture workshop studio, and we're surrounded by lots of different things that I've made in the past, and you're currently looking through a periscope, which I made about 10 years ago of my degree show. So I've often built site-specific installations that I have had to take down and have had nowhere to store them, and I haven't been able to re-show the work again, so a lot of that energy has been lost. So this is just a quarter of a drain, and I made like a cast of that with plaster from a mould here. But yeah, it's I'm really interested in water, and I'm interested in how people hold water as a kind of a power play. And in the UK at the moment there's a lot of conversation about sewage and water, and everybody's concerned about flooding a lot more these days, and the acidity in water is changing and the sea temperature. Kind of thinking about, if a child with autism wants to play with a sculptural installation of mine, how can they do that and feel curious and create an environment where they're able to play without fear of a repercussion of breaking something. One of the things that was really key when I was a child was that I was aware with my brother, who has cerebral palsy, that he interacts with the world differently. And I also have sensory overload a lot of the time with things, and I think I was quite keen to create artworks that would allow people to interact with them and play with them and allow them to participate with an artwork, not necessarily in a white cube gallery environment. So this string screen will take like about 3 hours to do, and I really enjoy this meditative physical process, and I am really interested in learning how to weave as well. Basically I want to learn everything, and I'd love to be a ceramicist, a tapestry weaver, an expert in metal welding. I'd love to do VJ projections and tour with bands and create amazing sets and screens for theatre companies, and I'm interested in everything.
Edinburgh Sculpture Workshop is a facility that was set up in the late 1980s by artists, for artists, and we provide spaces for people to create artwork, but also studio spaces and project spaces for people to realise their ideas in a variety of sculptural mediums, whether that be like cast metal, mould making, metalwork, woodwork, ceramics, plaster, and other things besides that, I suppose.
So I feel really fortunate that I've got my studio space for 3 years, and I guess I'm really keen to learn loads of specific processes here. just like getting an insight into like the iron pours, getting like a breakdown of how to use the tools in the wood workshop, things like that.
That are only in like 1 day a week or 2 days a week, and then having people like yourself that are studio holders that are here for a much longer period of time that we can like build working relationships with. Something that I'm really excited about as a technician here, I think.
The facilities here at Edinburgh Sculpture Workshop are incredible, the workshop spaces, but even just having a consistent space where I can store work in a safe way has been something that I haven't really had before. And this is my newly made audio visual hub, which is actually a bunk bed that I have hollowed out and put some carpet in. I gathered data about renewable energy, and I kind of fed that into a film of found footage that I recorded just on my mobile phone, and I actually edited the whole thing on my mobile phone as well. So there's this point where it looks quite basic in the beginning, and then it starts to build and everything interacts with it. It's meant to draw you into a false sense of false pretenses. And this bit of the film would have been longer, but my phone couldn't handle the data, so this bit's smaller. But I would extend this section where you're overcome with the beauty of the colour and the intensity of the power. Like this bit here, really like this bit.
Welcome to Sierra Metro. My name's Rachel and I run Boom Saloon, and this is our home. So Sierra Metro is great for us because we have the co-working through here, we also have this amazing gallery space, then there's also the coffee shop and more private studios as well.
I've been able to work in the space on my resident entrepreneur project, and what that allowed me to do was to string up my string screen that had been created at Edinburgh Open Workshop and just have enough space to play. They're designed with Kirsty McCain, and she helped me come up with a way to just easily slot these guys in. And they're really solid, they're very lightweight, so it makes it easy to handle.
The first time you came in, you didn't have like a super clear idea of what you wanted, so we had to work together to like zone in on this final product.
The practical, physical.
And I think that was really interesting because of your background. You are creative, but you're not necessarily product based. And I think I'm creative, but I am product based. So it was like a nice melding of the two minds, if you know what I mean.
Being able to take something that already existed in a few different forms, but formalising it into something that's actually really refined, that I'd be really happy for someone to buy, was such a big jump for me. And it gave me a lot of confidence to think that actually I can exhibit works in a different way, collaborate with people who are fabricating in a different way.
I ended up cutting, I think it was like 1,300 dovetails.
So yeah, thanks for working with me on the project.
Thanks for choosing me. It was really enjoyable, Sarah.
Hi, I'm Lucy Holland. I'm a Programme Director with the Tinderbox Collective. We are a music and arts charity. We're based in Edinburgh and we run a range of really creative and exciting music and arts focused activities, mostly for children and young people. But in addition to that, we also have a digital arts programme that we call the Tinderbox Lab. But instead of music, the focus is more on using creative tech and how we can use technology and electronics and code and games design to create new and interesting things together. The file to be printed is here. We're going to be printing a dice, hopefully, if all things go well. And then you just need to click on the blue circle. Take it away.
So I was really fortunate to get started as a lab member when folks first kind of moved in here about a year ago. Because I work with immersive technology, I'm trying to kind of build more participatory artworks, and a lot of that needs interactive elements that are triggered by Arduinos and sensors, and basically combining tech with my creative practice. What? Have you finished? Oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's finished. Hello, little dice. Wow. That's cool. You got it. Hey, it's a little die. As a form, I've always liked dice, and I've been more interested in dice in the game that I'm playing usually as an object. I like holding multiple dice in my hand, you know, and kind of throwing them around. I'm interested in how tactile they are, and I'm interested in the fact that I could build something with braille into them. So that's a potential new project that I haven't quite started yet. This is a cast of this die, which is just a plastic one. This is pewter, and this is one that we saw being made at Tinderbox Labs. And here is a wax cast of the same die as well. So I'm just exploring different materials, and that's something that I haven't been able to do before either.